You can't maybe eliminate everything completely, but you can use filters, active passive filters, to reduce the harmonic content. Okay? And that's a good indication of the difference between a heating bulb and your energy efficient bulbs. So to identify waste on lighting systems, again, looking for power quality issues, to make sure you have proper power supply, thermal imaging camera to look at the ballasts, but also break the temperatures, and very important is you need to have a light meter, because light meter or lux meter will be used to measure the candles or the lux lumens, if a room is adequately lighted. If you don't have adequate lighting in a room, it's not good for you, right? You will start to hurt your eyes. It's a health issue. And if it's too bright, it's also a big problem. And different applications might need different lighting requirements. So having a light meter to make sure that you've got the right illumination is also efficient. Sometimes, if you have windows like this and the sun's facing, sometimes you don't need lights, right? Because there's natural light coming from outside that helps you see. So having these switched on is not going to cause any other difference. So you want to measure the light coming in. If it's adequate enough to light the room, you might want to remove your lights from here. And that's another way of saving energy as well. But again, you need to measure them. Okay? So those are from AmpPro. So if you look at the product basket that we're talking about, majority of the products are Fluke, but there are some products that Fluke doesn't have. Things like light meters and tachometers and ultrasounds that are really basic and efficient tools that we carry under the AmpPro name. The guys in Synergix are also responsible for both these products. Okay, so they will help you with Fluke, but they will also help you with the AmpPro product line. So, in summary, what we have discussed so far is reducing energy costs. Okay, this seminar was not about on how you should be doing it or what's the program there, but it's more to help you to identify where can I expect these losses and how do I quantify them. Okay, so always remember Lord Kelvin's statement: to measure is to know. If you don't measure it, you can't improve it. So power log. Use a logger or a power quality analyzer always at the start to analyze your entire situation. See your energy consumption, if there are excessive reactive powers, compare it with your energy bill to make sure it is tallied, there's no problems there. Sustain savings by measuring at different times of the year under different conditions. So winter conditions, summer conditions are different. You want to measure both. You just don't do 1 month now and then say, okay, this is what I'm going to save for the rest of the year. No. It's a repetitive process. Consider operational schedule changes, as it mentions there. Assess system efficiency, so demand versus supply versus distribution. Measure system-specific parameters like vibration, air supply, temperature, in addition to kilowatt hours. So it's not just kilowatt hours for consumption. You want to measure additional things as well. Reevaluate maintenance programs. So if you are still doing reactive maintenance or preventative maintenance, you might want to switch into a more predictive maintenance or condition-based maintenance approach. And of course, guys, review your utility bill. I have started doing that. And when I asked the question initially, nobody knew what they were paying. Everybody sees a bill, you just pay, auto pay from NBA, whatever, but you don't read what your consumption is. Start doing that, because sometimes you might find excessive issues. So always understand your bill. Look at the schedule, see what they're charging you for. As a company, as maintenance engineers, we are here to keep our plants up and running, right? So we need to know exactly what's happening in our environment. Okay? So with that, brings me to an end. That was the short and sweet version of this seminar. We usually do this in a more elaborate way. It's usually a one-day workshop that we do. There's much more, let's say, hands-on and calculations we can do, but for a big audience like this, it's usually difficult. So if you like to, let's say, do this at your company, you say, hey, this is great. Can you do a workshop for us at our company? We will be more than glad to come with a selection of tools, and we can do a proper hands-on work there. Okay, so I have some simulator boards that I can show you how the power quality should look like and things like that, so we can do much more hands-on approach. This is more to give you a flavor of what is there to expect. If you need more information on anything that's here, if you go to the Fluke website, you can download all the material. It's widely available there, right? No problem. Synergix, of course, is your first point of contact. If you need information on pricing, demonstrations, and so forth, my contact, unfortunately I don't have my business cards, I'm still printing them, but if you're interested, please come to me and I will give you my contact details as well. Okay? So, any questions for now? Does anybody have any burning questions? On any topic? Yes?
Do LED lights produce harmonics?
Of course. Definitely. It's actually the worst. If you look at energy saving bulbs, or LED is the bulb of the future, but if you look at the current waveform it's drawing, it goes down to DC levels. It's very distorted. That's probably the highest. It will definitely cause harmonics. Yeah?
Does the vibration tester applies to any kind of bearing?
Yes?
There are different types of defects.
There's different types of bearings, but they're always classified into two main families. Either a rolling bearing or a journal bearing. And if you have a roll-up bearing or a journal bearing, they will both vibrate. They will have a very similar pattern.
Defect may vary also.
The defect will vary, of course, but that's the thing. With our Fluke 810, I know some people that want to measure on bearings, they want to look at bearing race issues, inner race issues. We don't focus on those. If the meter is saying, listen, your bearings are bad, you will definitely remove that machine out and you will replace the bearings. You don't fix individual bearing elements, right? You just replace the whole bearing. That's the common maintenance practice. But the point is you want to know what is the condition of that meter, of that machine. So the 810 helps you that way because it'll tell you if you have a problem or no, the problem is very small, just keep monitoring it till it really becomes bad. If you look at preventive maintenance, right, or calendar-based maintenance, it's fixed. Every 2 months you will do maintenance. The machine might be good, but you still do maintenance because the schedule says for it. So you might be fixing parts that don't need to be fixed. With condition-based, you are monitoring, when the condition's really bad, okay, now you do repair. Saves a lot more time and money and cost because you don't always have to keep spares and inventory. Okay? All right, any other questions? You got something to say? Next. Okay. Okay, does anybody have any other questions to ask? Right. Okay, so we're just going to quickly talk about a particular product that we've launched in Fluke. And this is the Fluke CNX, or what we call Fluke Connects. Maybe some of you have seen the little board there with the blue flashing lights. It's our new wireless system of tools. Okay, so what is wireless about it? It's a standard multimeter, as you can see, but it has different modules that can communicate with the base meter wirelessly, so allowing you to see more than one parameter at the same time. So it's a wireless digital multimeter that can display the main reading that the multimeter is set to, but in addition to the main reading, I can display up to 3 different additional readings from any of the modules that I have. So initially we have a few modules like AC current for 400 amps, 2500 amps, a voltage module, and a temperature module. And if you look at each of them, they all have their individual display. So that it can be used as an individual meter, or you can take a measurement from the clamp here and then transmit that wirelessly to the base meter. So the advantage here is the fact that you can see more than one value at the same time. You can log data, so you can leave these modules aside that keep recording. You can log the data, and then you can download all that data into the PC by means of a Bluetooth dongle. It's a nice little wireless device, and these devices are also compatible with thermal imaging. So, with thermal imaging, I can look at a three-phase system. One of them is hot. What I do is I can clamp this guy onto the cable, and I can read the current reading on my thermal camera. So I have that extra power when I make a report, and know exactly what the current is to warrant my thermal imaging report. So it's basically a remote, simultaneous, and recordable. So in an issue where sometimes you need to measure interactions in the system, start-stop conditions, quick on and off systems, switching loads on and off, I can use the CNX. So like here, three-phase, or here I want to measure the voltage, I want to measure current and temperature at the same time. Like on an HVAC system, I can do that simultaneously to make measurements wirelessly. And it works from a distance of 20 meters, so you don't have to worry about space issues. You can be really far away from the device. Also looking at safety part, it's a very nice application. Wearing PPE equipment, sometimes you want to measure these intermittent problems. You know that they happen every now and then, but you don't want to stand there, sit and wait for it to happen. You can connect it up, leave these devices on logging, and you just go with your PC, download the data, and you know exactly what happened at what time. When I had a voltage fluctuation, for example, it records all of that. So the logging also helps in a way as well. Perfect example to test starting currents, motor inrush. Before, it was possible with a clamp. You can use a Fluke clamp meter to measure the inrush, but with inrush currents, you want to measure the high inrush peak, but you also want to measure the voltage drop, right? And that sometimes you need two people, one guy to do the current measurement, the other person to do the voltage. With the CNX solution, I can connect on the panel side my voltage test leads. I connect the flexible module onto the motor. I set it to inrush. As soon as I flip the switch, I can see the inrush and the voltage in my master meter. So I have both readings at the same time, allowing me to find out and isolate the problem. And with a nice distance of 20 meters, anything is possible. So in applications like this for logging, long term, whenever you remove enclosures, you have to wear PPE. It's sometimes a cumbersome process. So you can leave these clamps inside, and even without using PPE, I can just walk up to the panel and see what is the actual reading inside as well. Okay, so this avoids the fact that you have to wear all this PPE stuff every time. You can leave these meters in there as long as the battery runs out. And these batteries will work for, you're talking 400 hours or something. And if you switch on the radio, of course the battery life is reduced, but the radio switches off after a certain amount of time. So there is a sleep mode in there to save the battery content, okay? So it's a very good entry-level, let's say, logging device. Power quality meter, but not as advanced as what you saw before. It's a simple device there. So it's a combination, the modules with the meter, with the PC software. It's a perfect solution. And again, unique because Fluke are the only ones that offer a wireless solution. There's no other meter that has such capability wirelessly. So when it comes to buying, you can buy them in different formats. You can buy, let's say if you're an HVAC specialist, you can buy the HVAC version, which comes with the meter, the logging software, the temperature module, and the current module, because that's what you want to measure. But if you're an industrial customer and you want to measure three-phase systems, you can order the CNX industrial kit, which comes with the multimeter, 3 current clamps, 3 voltage modules, and the PC software. So it's designed as a mix and match option. But you can also buy these as separate meters because they each have their individual display, or you can buy a collection of that with the meter as well. Okay? So for more information on the product offerings and pricings, please do contact Synergix. This is a brand new product. We have wireless certification for it as well in this region, so it's really good. You guys have to try it out. I think we have it, let me see, I don't know if you have it here on display. Yeah, we do have the CNX here, so for those interested, I can show you how quickly it works as well. Okay? So, that was CNX. It's just a really brand new product that I wanted to mention to you guys before we ended. Anybody has any questions on these multimeters? Everyone's okay? All right, Pius, what's next?
Yeah, I think this would be
The draw?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's doing it? I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's a spin.
You guys are coming?
Yeah.
So how does the draw work?
Okay, we have two actually give for the people that drop this business cards here. So one is the iPad mini everybody knows and this is
So it's only for the people that drop their business cards in, right?
yeah.
And see, I've got my business cards printing, so. So has anybody left to drop their business cards in? Last chance, if you haven't dropped your business card in, you might be the lucky winner, so.
Not two, make sure that you
Yes.
yeah, avoid duplicates. They checked.
It would be funny if you win the iPad mini as well.
I want to ask someone else to drop the first. The first we go for Fluke.
Okay, so this is a,
Hopefully the one that left business card presents.
so this is a
Shall I
nice,
agree on that or no? If the guy left, we will call him and give it to him or no? Just we, drop it and we go for the second.
I think people that are here deserve the right to be.
Okay.
So there's a nice little clamp meter, the Fluke 325. It's a 324, 400 amp clamp meter that also has temperature measurements in them. So it's a nice gift. It's worth something like $400. So it's a gift.
Okay. So whack and throw one.
Is there currency in here?
No, no
All right.
Okay. Lucky winner.
From Data Link, Suhail, is he here?
Yes.
Oh,
Go.
good. So shall we have a picture also together with that? So can you take a picture?
Where is?
Yeah, Wilson, there's a camera.
No camera?
So we can find it.
Yeah. You know how to work? Is it? Sure? So you're going to work with it, that's it, huh?
Okay.
Tomorrow I
Thank you.
will.
Thanks for coming for the seminar. Just smile for the camera there.
Okay.
Take a picture.
One more.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Soy. Thanks. Okay, for the second is the iPad mini.
We'll let the
Ladies. Yeah.
ladies should take it. Because nobody can blame labor, right?
Don't look at it.
Nobody can be over it.
Okay. Oh, the lucky winner. Tidy up now, they'll run out.
Oh. Was he the person that dropped the business card in the end? That was your
No,
client?
no, 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 no.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so gents, so thank you for your time. I hope this was a useful session, and I thank Synergix for their organization and support.
Just one more thing, if you allow me,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I know that a lot of promotions are going on, and especially
So basically, with the purchase of the TR32, you get the chance to get a distance meter or an option of lens, a free lens, or you can choose a clamp meter with an insulation tester.
So you're getting a free product with
Yeah.
thermal imager, which is a good value.
It's a very good value, actually.
What else you have? CNX, do you have anything?
Yeah,
We
extra
have
discount.
the promotion on the price. So we have, it's around 20% discount on the main multimeter.
And it's valid up to end of the year or?
No, it's
June.
end of June.
So limited time
Yeah.
you have for that CNX and for this thermometer is up to end of June.
End of June.
So it's limited time. One more thing. I want to utilize this opportunity. Actually, we are planning to have a roadshow together. And it's the best time for the end user to see all these equipments in their environment. And whatever you feel that there is a lack of something, you have a pain, you want to see all these equipments at work, we come to you and we prove that these equipments can do the job. So technical support will be there, Synergix, both together, we plan. So if you are interested, just let Wilson know and we coordinate. In a week, we go to all these end users and one by one we take all the equipments with us, and based on your request, we try to fulfill the gap. That's something that please think about it. If you have any client that you know that they are, they have some issues and we can, solve the problem for them, let's go together and, show the product live in their environment. This is very important, and I believe that, it's different from seminar. Seminar, sorry to say, it's one to everyone, but that kind of roadshow is one-to-one. So they have this facility to see, and all of these technical people, maintenance people can come and join us and see the features, and based on the feature they can utilize it. So after Ramadan, hopefully we're going to we'll announce it to all of you, but think about it and together we can do this also. Anyhow, thanks so much for coming, and now it's a lunch time, so all together we go to lunch, and afterwards also all these equipment, all of us are available. If you have any questions, you can ask during the lunch, after the lunch, and hopefully you enjoyed today, and hopefully next time we will have more products, more features specific to your request. So give us some feedback that which part we touched and which part we didn't touch. You were looking for that. Share it with us through email, and we didn't have any feedback form because frankly speaking, it should be online, and you can fill the form. We can come back to you and ask a feedback form later on. You can think about it, and you have time to give us a feedback. That's very important for us. Thank you so much, and let's move for the lunch. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Supposed to get personal. Yeah, that's good. That's good for me. Because I use too much on this plan currently. Is